I'd like to call to order the September 19th council meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Thank you. Jackie, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Mayor Evans?
Here.
Vice Mayor Russell?
Here.
Mr. Mitchell?
Here.
Mr. Parrish? Ms. Cooper?
Here.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Here. Do I have a motion to excuse Mr. Parrish?
So moved. Second?
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
That takes us to proceedings. Do I have a motion to approve the council meeting proceedings from September 5th?
So moved. Second?
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
And financial statements. Do I have a motion to receive the August financial statements?
So moved. Second?
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
All right, that takes us to our public comment section. Would anyone from the public wish to make a comment? Anybody? Yep. Come on up. Just please state your name and address for the record.
Deborah Lyons, 3 High Street, here in Milford, Ohio. I'm here to ask if an ordinance could be changed from the music that is blaring from the distillery rooftop. My house sits right on the corner of Mill and High. We are being blasted. I've got recordings on my phone here. It only covers the hours that they can play, not the volume. So I'm asking that you change the ordinance to read a volume level that they can't go above, because we're literally being blasted. And then property taxes are going up. We can't even enjoy our property when that band is down there blaring. Would you like to hear?
I've heard that. I've driven by.
Yeah, I've got several of them. So that's why I'm here, to ask for that to be changed, and so we can enjoy our yard again.
Right.
It's just very loud and ridiculous.
Right. Thank you for sharing your concerns. That's definitely something that we can possibly discuss in committee again.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask you a question? Right here, Ben. A few years ago, we actually, when I first came on council, we had done some stuff for the distillery because they had opened, or the brewery, excuse me, they were playing music. Was there any issues when they had first opened before we passed the sound ordinance we have now for you?
We've been listening to it for a while. I just decided to come and say something before it goes on any further, because it's a nuisance. They're not being neighborly, it's rude. And I'm sure all of you at some time have been down there maybe when a band's playing and you hear how loud it is, especially if there's a particular band there, Mojo Rising. They're
And you're saying it's just coming from the distillery, right? You don't have any
Yes,
issue
the
with?
brewery has quietened down. They were doing that in the beginning. And I have heard they have a sign when you walk in the door down there that reads, they don't play above a certain volume.
Right.
So I think the distillery should follow that as well, considering they are outside, not
Right.
inside. I just saw a lady complaining 2 weeks ago on Facebook. She couldn't get her 5-year-old to bed because of the loud music coming from down there. You know, I know some people enjoy it, the younger crowd, but there's just no consideration for the neighborhood. And I don't think it's fair. That's all.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank
We
you for coming.
appreciate it.
Thank you
Yeah.
for coming to
Concerns.
the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yep.
appreciate that. Anybody else from the public like to make a comment? All right, that takes us to committee reports. Public services, Ms. Chamberlain?
Oh, yes. So we had a Public Service Committee meeting on September 18th. I called the meeting to order at 4:30 PM. Present were myself, Kyle Mitchell, and Sandy Russell. Staff, City Manager Michael Doss was via the telephone. Service Department, Supervisor Ed Hackmeister, Water Department Supervisor Joe Castile, and Administrative Associate Taryn Egner. We had a visitor Ralph Filardo Jr. The minutes of the April 26, 2023 committee minutes were approved. Motion by myself, seconded by Kyle Mitchell, and Sandy Russell abstained. Excuse me. The first item for discussion was the snowplow quote. Service Department Supervisor Ed Hackmeister reviewed 2 estimates to install a snowplow on a city fleet truck, a Ford F-250. Estimates were received from K.E. Rose Company in the amount of $8,295 and Cap Hide Truck Equipment in the amount of $8,805. Mr. Hackmeister noted a typo on the K.E. Rose estimate referencing an F-550, and it should read a F-250 truck. He discussed the necessities for the addition of the snowplow. Finance Director Pat Worthland confirmed the necessity for the expense, which was not included in the 2023 budget. The committee agreed to recommend that the law director draft an ordinance to enter into a contract with K.E. Rose Company in the amount of $8,295 for the provision and installation of snowplow. We then discussed the line striping quote.
Second.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're in a roll.
I was on a roll, absolutely. Sorry about that.
Sorry, who's second? Ms. Russell? Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Okay, then we went on to discuss the line striping quote. Service Department Supervisor Ed Hackmeister reviewed an estimate from A&A Safety in the amount of $24,570 for ODOT specified painting of traffic edge lines, lane lines, and center lines at various locations within the city. Discussion regarding Public Works crews' ability to properly paint the lines or the possibility to postpone the work until it can be budgeted for in 2024. Mr. Hackmeister cites safety concerns in high-traffic areas may necessitate repairs before the winter months, despite not being included in the 2023 budget. The committee agreed to recommend that the law director draft an ordinance to enter into a contract with A&A Safety Company in the amount of $24,570 for the painting of traffic edge lines, lane lines, and center lines.
Second?
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Next on the agenda was the discussion of City Hall exterior repairs. City Manager Michael Doss reviewed a 3-part bid received from Trisco Construction Services for the exterior repairs to City Hall as follows. Base bid total $187,833 for exterior repairs. Alternative number 1, $27,796 for facade blending the entire building. Alternative number 2, $2,989 for facade blending repairs only. Mr. Doss reminded the committee that this is the 3rd time this project has been out for bid and the only bid received to date. He notes that the references from Trisco Construction Services, LLC, are all favorable. Funds in the amount of $200,000 were appropriated for this expenditure in the 2023 budget. Mr. Doss stated that the exterior building issues have been a problem for well over 3.5 years and dating back to well over a decade. This needs to be addressed sooner than later. To remain within budget, Mr. Doss recommended accepting the base bid and alternate bid number 2 for a total of $190,822. Mr. Ralph Filardo Jr. addressed the committee and noted that this repair item has been budgeted for the previous 3+ years with no expenditure towards exterior improvements to date. He suggested that the entire improvement be improved at this time in lieu of partial approval to remain under budget. He expressed his opinion that the city municipal building appears neglected. The committee had further discussion regarding the City Hall exterior repairs. The committee agreed to recommend that the law director draft an ordinance to enter into a contract with Trisco Construction Services LLC for a base bid total of $187,833, and alternative number one, $27,796, and alternate number two, $2,989, for a total amount of $218,618 for the exterior repairs to the City Hall Municipal Building.
Yes. Or second, yes.
Ms.
Third, yes.
Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Sorry.
The final item on the agenda was a discussion regarding well number 2 cleaning bids. Water Department Supervisor Joe Castile presented 2 estimates for well number 2 rehabilitation to the committee. Boone Water Systems, Inc., itemized estimate for $14,947.50, and a lump sum estimate from National Water Services LLC in the amount of $16,325. He noted a typo on Boone's estimate referencing well number 3 should in fact be well number 2. Both estimates are below the budgeted amount for this. That's actually not, the one estimate was below the budgeted amount, and that was Boone. That was Boone Water Services, so we had to make that correction. Mr. Castillo recommended proceeding with Boone Water Systems. The committee agreed to recommend that the law director draft an ordinance to enter into a contract with Boone Water Systems, Inc. in the amount of $14,947.50 for well number 2 rehabilitation.
Second.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes. There being no further business, the meeting was adjourned at 4:58 with a motion from myself and seconded by Ms. Russell, and we all said yes.
Thank you very much. That takes us to the city manager report. Mr. Dawes?
Thank you, Mayor. A few updates this evening. The 2024 landscaping bids. Just want to let council know and the public that we will be soliciting bids starting next week. A reminder, there will be 2 separate bids. There'll be the landscape, and then there'll also be an additional separate bid for plantings for 5 Points Landing to finish up the landscaping for that project. The 2024 Claremont County paving program, the city did submit a letter of interest regarding participation in the 2024 Claremont County Engineer Paving Program. The Service Department identified the following streets/roads for paving next year: Miami Avenue, Forest Avenue to Helen Street, Mill Street from Cleveland Avenue to Main Street, and South Milford Road from Hickory Street/Cleveland Avenue intersection to Round Bottom Road. That's not a commitment from us. It's just a letter of interest, and then we'll be getting with folks from Claremont County Engineer to kind of outline the project and get an idea of a budget or an amount that will be bid out next year. 5 Points Landing Park update. The city will have what we're calling a soft opening of the park. It's scheduled for Monday, October the 16th. We'll let everybody know the time on that. It's a soft opening because a couple weeks later we'll begin the winter that first week in winterization. The fountain will not be available for anyone to splash in. We'll turn it on in the evening time just from an aesthetic standpoint for a couple weeks. People can still enjoy the park, but a lot of the amenities will be shut down. The park will officially open full-time in early May of 2024. There are no standing committees meetings at this time that are scheduled. Reminder, September the 27th is a tree commission meeting at 2 p.m. October 3rd is our next regularly scheduled city council meeting at 7. And then a reminder, October the 7th, we'll have our fall festival. That'll be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And that will be at Valley View, just behind Pattison Elementary.
Great, thank you very much. That takes us to Chief Mills and the police report.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, council. I don't have a formal report for you, but I did want to give you an update. If you didn't catch the news, last Sunday, Weiler Driven Project was another huge success. It's our third time hosting this, and it won't be our last. This will be an annual event. It was an amazing experience for our VIPs, in addition to having some supercar therapy, that being a 2.5-hour tour from Milford down to Cincinnati and back to Milford. These kids also had the opportunity to ride in a SWAT vehicle, the fire department's antique truck, and just had a complete VIP experience. There were no celebrities this year. Last year we had Tyler Stevenson. This year we had the mascots from the Reds there. So great experience. None of it would be possible if it weren't for all of the partners in this. First and foremost, Weiler Family Automotive. They are fantastic. It was their idea to get this started. The Cincinnati Police Department has been an amazing partner in this. The Milford Community Fire Department played a huge role in this. The kids loved the fire truck. I thought it was kind of cool. They went, we won't say how fast, but they went fast in some supercars. Then they got to get in a 1945 fire truck. So a great experience and just heartwarming to be a part of that. Also want to make you aware that Sergeant Paul Lane is going to be inducted into the Milford School Foundation alumni on October the 4th. So we're looking forward to celebrating that and all the wonderful things that Sergeant Lane has done for the Milford community.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That takes us to District Chief Miller. Fire and EMS report.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so we did the Driven project, like Chief said. We were laughing back there because we won't say how fast the cars were going, but parents were getting their phones like notified that their child was going really, really fast. It's a busy week for training at the fire department this week. We have 3 officers that are attending Leadership Academy. This is our 3rd time in that. It's basically, this is like the HR side of our training. We do a lot of tactical stuff. This is the how to treat people kind of thing. So it's a very good project training. And we do that with Madeira and Indian Hill, Loveland Sims, Goshen Township, and there's somebody else, but I'm forgetting. Anyway, good training. We also have crews that are going down to the Loveland Training Tower this week. They're doing that in the evening time to practice some evening firefighting tactics. So that's what they're doing. Santa Sunday, so we're selling shirts. I brought one this time. We talked about it last time. There's the front. There's the back.
Nice.
So this is something, Santa Sunday started in 1952 when the volunteer fire department gave up their Christmas party to pass out fruit to the children in the city of Milford. So this will be our 71st year doing that. And as you can imagine, prices have increased somewhat since 1952. And so the cost of doing this has gone up as well, so selling these shirts is just a little bit of a fundraiser. Offset that. You can find these on Facebook if you go on the website there. Art fair is coming up. We will be there that's on this Saturday from 11 to 5. So the Firefighters Club will be there selling beverages and shirts. And last thing, we talk every now and then about the MARC group with Addiction Recovery Services. Claremont County just actually right before we walked in here. So I didn't really get to read the whole thing yet, but there was a good number. Claremont County saw a 29% decrease in overdose deaths between last year, between 2021 and 2022. So
Nice.
doing something right.
Yep.
Yes, good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that takes us to council comments. Does anyone on council have any comments?
I was just going to mention Art Affair.
Yeah.
The artists this year look just amazing. Check out their Facebook page because they've been featuring artists like every day, different artists, and
The
so
weather looks perfect. All
it sounds like it's going to be a perfect weekend to come down.
right, thanks. Anybody else? All right, that takes us to Mr. Pacheco and new business ordinance resolutions.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 23-239, ordinance amending certain sections of the codified ordinances of the City of Milford, Ohio concerning accessory dwelling units. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. The City Council of the City of Milford hereby amends Sections 1123.03.1, 1143.03, 1145.03, 1147.03, 1167.03, 1167.07, 1181.02, 1181.08, and 1195.05 of the codified ordinances of the City of Milford, Ohio concerning accessory dwelling units. Council has reviewed the recommendation of the Planning Commission to adopt these sections and conducted a public hearing on September 5th, 2023 on such recommendations as provided in Chapter 1133 of the codified ordinances. The amended sections are set forth in the attached Exhibit A and are fully incorporated herein in their entirety as if fully rewritten herein pursuant to and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Under and in accordance with Sections 12.05 and 12.07 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-239, an ordinance amending certain sections of the codified ordinances of the City of Milford, Ohio concerning accessory dwelling units.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-240, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with K.E. Rose Company for the upfitting of a snow plow in the amount of $8,295. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. The City Council of the City of Milford hereby authorizes the city manager to enter into an agreement with K.E. Rose Company for the upfitting of a snow plow in the amount of $8,295. The terms and conditions of this agreement are fully incorporated herein in their entirety as if fully written herein pursuant to and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Under and in accordance with Sections 12.05 and 12.07 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-240, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with K.E. Rose Company for the upfitting of a snowplow in the amount of $8,295.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-241, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with A&A Safety for line striping in the amount of $24,570. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. The City Council of the City of Milford hereby authorizes the city manager to enter into an agreement with A&A Safety for line striping on various roads throughout the city in the amount of $24,570. The terms and conditions of this agreement are fully incorporated herein in their entirety as if fully rewritten herein pursuant to and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Section 2, under and in accordance with Sections 12.05 and 12.07 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-241, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with A&A Safety for line striping in the amount of $24,570.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-242, an ordinance awarding bid and authorizing an agreement with Trisco Construction Services LLC for City Hall repairs. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. Having conducted the bid process required by Section 11.09 of the Charter, the Council of the City of Milford hereby awards the bid to and authorizes the city manager to enter into an agreement with Trisco Construction Services LLC for exterior repairs to City Hall in an amount not to exceed $218,618, 218,618. In council's judgment, Trisco offers the best and most responsive proposal to the city, considering quality, service, price, reputation, and past performances, financial condition, and any other pertinent information. The terms and conditions of this agreement are set forth in the bid specifications and fully incorporated by reference under and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Section 2, under and in accordance with Sections 12.05 and 12.07 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Ms. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-242, an ordinance awarding bid and authorizing an agreement with Trisco Construction Services LLC for City Hall repairs.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Ms.
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-243, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with Boone Water Systems, Inc. for well cleaning services in the amount of $14,947.50. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Milford, Ohio, Section 1. The City Council of the City of Milford hereby authorizes the city manager to enter into agreement with Boone Water Systems, Inc. for well cleaning services in the amount of $14,947.50. The terms and conditions of this agreement are fully incorporated herein in their entirety, as if fully rewritten herein pursuant to and in accordance with Section 12.03 of the Milford City Charter. Under and in accordance with Sections 12.05 and 12.07 of the Milford City Charter, this ordinance shall become effective immediately upon its passage by City Council.
Move to suspend the rules and read by title only.
Second.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
yes,
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Yes.
Ordinance number 23-243, an ordinance to enter into an agreement with Boone Water Systems, Inc. for well cleaning services in the amount of $14,947.50.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
yes,
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Mayor, if I have 30 seconds, please, I would like to express to council, this is roughly my one-year anniversary, so I'm honored and appreciate being able to serve this council, and I've appreciated its, and the city manager and the citizens generally. It's been my honor, and you guys do a great job, and I'm glad to be part of the team, so thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate all you do and for all that you inform us on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I, Sandy Russell, make a motion to move into executive session at the conclusion of tonight's agenda pursuant to Section 3.05.1 of the Milford City Charter for the sole purpose to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a city employee or official. We need to adjourn.
Wait a second.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes. So thank you for coming. Again, we'll be returning just